Yeah. Well, it's mostly like art of bees that are fuckable, but you know what I mean? Like people talk about it too if you're into that.
Fair enough.
I'm more just into the bees because I'm usually too lazy to just type in Bumblebee in E6. So I'm like, maybe this subreddit will occasionally drip feed me content about it.
Are we on YouTube or the other site tonight?
We should be on YouTube. We're always on YouTube.
Also, we're doing safe work.
Oh, did you want to do?
No, I'm good either way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind doing a little safe work once in a while.
We'll do not safe for work next week.
Oh, you're so kind.
We'll do not safe for work before I go to sleep tonight for sure.
I mean, that's between you and your hand. That's not my business.
My hand? Oh, you think that's the only person involved?
Your hand's a person?
Could be.
The fuck sort of mutated hand have you got? You got like a Krayshaw claw?
Have you never seen Parasite before?
No, I haven't, because I'm not a weeb.
I don't believe you.
You should. You should. Just this once.
I don't think.
You should.
You've shared anime shit with me before, so I'm very, very skeptical.
Well, if it's any consolation,
rotten, disgusting creatures.
Me too, honestly.
I have to go and buy my niece a fucking Demon Slayer merch. I don't know what she wants. I just
say Kimetsu no Yaiba, you fucking gaijin.
If I do that to my niece, I think that might be the last thing she ever hears from me.
I'm sorry.
What happened to the?
No, you're not.
What's up?
No,
what happened
I'm not
to
trying
the
to be
signatures?
They're at the very bottom left. I see it. I see mint and plastic rarity.
Getting a CD.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
there.
God.
Is there a way to get rid of like these little things down here?
What is it? The boxes at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me.
So right to the left of those, there's a tiny little like what looks like a film reel. It says toggle sequence panel.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Oh fuck yes. That is so much better. I don't want to fucking gouge my dick off.
Don't do that. I need to go. I need a link to the YouTube.
Bruh.
I better actually get the YouTube thing open so that I can see the lovely chat.
I have to close that for a moment so that people don't see my horrible, horrible bookmarks of duck toy squeak sound effect.
Duck toy squeak.
Yeah, I have a duck toy squeak sound effect bookmarked.
It sounds really slutty.
It's not what you think. It's exactly how it sounds. Hi, Seb.
Hey, Bank of America.
Hi.
Bank of America increased my credit line. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Congratulations.
I'm tired. Tired as hell.
Look, I will prove this. Everybody in the stream is going to hear the duck toy squeak. It is literally just a duck toy. That's it.
I like duck toys. What the fuck? Why does it say Gary's mod is running?
Are you playing Gary's mod?
I don't have Gary's... No, I don't have Gary's mod on. I don't even know if I have it installed.
I haven't had Gary's mod installed in like 2 years. And even then it was installed and I hadn't touched it for like 3 years.
I used to be a dev on like the biggest space build server on Gary's mod for a while, and that is kind of a brag.
There's the link soft.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was I was a super admin or a co-owner to a server. It was the biggest. It was actually the most popular server on Gary's mod before the introduction of Gmod Towers. It was Friendly Players Dark RP.
I don't like that.
I don't recommend it. The owner, Shoot, was a complete troll. He was one of those guys who was like, I work for Microsoft, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. He was a programmer for Microsoft.
My dad works for Valve, and he told me Half-Life 3 is coming out in 2015.
My god, really? That's so cool.
My dad works for Nintendo.
I
I
remember when I
understand
was
why it
Nintendo.
doesn't, but I wish Portal with RTX ran better. Like, there was never any need to make it run with full path tracing. Like, they didn't have to do that.
See, I've been
They
looking
were-
at that Portal with RTX. It looks so
Mhm.
good.
It's because it uses path tracing. It doesn't use normal ray tracing.
There's a version of that runs better. It's Portal 1.
Yeah, but that game doesn't look
You can
like
get it
a
from
game.
the orange box for a really good deal. It's 5 games for a low price.
You could, but also it wouldn't look the same is the problem.
Out of curiosity, is the orange box still for sale?
Yep.
Oh my
It's
God.
$30.
I think you can probably get all the games that come in the orange box for cheaper than $30.
It's $20.
Oh, okay, that makes more
Oh.
sense.
Honestly, just get the orange box and then you get Portal with RTX for free with it. It just doesn't run very well unless you have at least like a 4080.
So
And if
it
you have
doesn't-
a
it doesn't run
4080, I
great.
hate you.
so it doesn't run good on anything but the top of the line graphics card currently on the market.
Again, it is path traced in real time. If you understand what that means.
I understand a lot of things. What I don't understand is why they thought re-releasing Portal 1 was a good idea when they have so many games that they could be making.
Because it's free and it's free advertising for their framework that allows you to do things like add ray tracing to games with like an add-on basically. That's essentially what it is. Because it's not like they charge you for it. It's just if you have Portal, congrats, now you have Portal with RTX. It's just again, path tracing in real time does not run that is not meant to be a thing that runs in real time. We don't do that. We do that with giant fucking render farms for movies.
So here's a good question.
That's what we normally do that with. So that's why it runs like garbage.
I got a good question then. Portal 1 or Portal 2, which one's the better one? Go.
Oh, 2, hands down.
Depends on your what you're looking for in the game.
Like what game did you have the most fun with?
Oh, like subjectively. Probably Portal 2. I had more fun with Portal 2. But I don't know if I can say it's objectively a better game, but I did have more fun with it.
They almost feel like different types of games.
Like
They
they all kind of come from the same root, but they're kind of different.
Yeah. Wait, did you
I mean,
say
that
Hey Ark
opening
or They Are?
sequence-
Soft.
I said they are.
Okay.
But also, thank you for interrupting because it gives me space to talk.
Sorry.
Billy has submitted a request, as well as Fluffy right immediately after. So, if anyone would like to draw those, they're in Artstream requests.
I have 2 things I need to do first. One of them
And
is for
Seb.
you, Soft, so you're going to defend me.
I see a puppo mouth.
What do you need
Alright,
me to
Dad.
defend you with? From 4?
From having to do anything else.
I don't know what's happening.
From having to
I'll
divert
do
my
Seb's.
attention.
Oh, thank you, Plastic.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Portal 1 has like this really. I think. What's a good way to put it? Like, we've already established they are very different games in a way, but the way that Portal 1 handled itself without pushing like anything in your face, like story and puzzle wise, I think that it has a little bit of an edge for mechanic and how the
Portal
player
1 was
learns.
scary.
Yeah, it had an edge to how the player learned everything around them instead of how Portal 2 pushed all of the X
You can do it.
I can't remember the word.
I believe in you.
It's
The eggs.
X
It's essential?
No, it's where it's like it pushes all the backstory to you with dialogue.
Exposition.
Exposition. That's the word.
Do 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 do
I don't-
do.
I will say, I don't think not saying things is inherently better than saying them. I just think it depends on how it's done and how the whole thing is framed.
Oh, of course, but like what I mean very specifically is you could practically get the entire story just by exploring in Portal 1. I mean, of course you could kind of in Portal 2, but a lot of it was just pushed in your face by Wheatley and by GLaDOS and all them constantly pushing, all of it in your face, kind of taking away the eerie factor of exploring a dead and destroyed science building.
On a quick side note,
D-
how big did you make this canvas arc?
It's 4,000 by 4,000.
Pretty fucking big.
Yeah, I just zoomed out. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's 4,000 by 4,000.
Jesus. Time for me
I was-
to grab my thing and make it way bigger.
I was also going to
That's what
say,
she said.
the Don Cheadle word of the day is diegesis.
Is it back?
I like that
I
drawing.
wish I could
Is
tell
it-
you it was. I
Oh.
wish I could tell you it was.
There we
Really,
go.
the Don Cheadle word of the day lives on in our hearts.
Hey, Soft, look at. Can you see the canvas?
You gave me hope.
Can I see the canvas?
Yes, can you see the canvas?
Can I see the canvas? If I hit continue without a count, I can. My nickname is Fucker. I can't use that nickname. It already exists. How about
That's okay,
Ultra
you can always just
Fucker?
watch the
You
stream.
could look at the stream
That one
too.
works. I could, but I've made up my mind. This is a big
I want you to go
canvas.
to the top right.
Thank you, Minty. Very cool.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Why is it so?
Why
Why is it so
it's got
low
the-
resolution?
because it was drawn
Because I
tiny.
drew it very tiny.
Oh,
The best
But then I
part
realized
is
how big the canvas was.
the mushroom has the little mushrooms on it.
yeah.
It's multiplying by budding.
Why is he wearing genie shoes?
Hey,
Why
Soft.
not?
Hey, Soft. I'm pretty sure this is completely aside. I'm very tired, so if I say things that have nothing to do with anything, I apologize. But, Soft, if I recall, did I tell you about my 4K copy of Lord of the Come Throne that I edited?
What?
I think I told you about this.
You mentioned something about this.
Yeah.
Also,
So
I'm bringing
I've
Psycho in.
Yeah, so I have a 4K version of the Lord of the Come Throne video.
Is that the one with Farquaad?
And yes.
Can I have it?
Well, here's the thing, I'm not done. So I have a 4K version of it, so it's really high quality, but I noticed that the sound definitely sounded like it was ripped off of a shitty YouTube video and it sounded like garbled garbage. So what I did was I found an original uncompressed like FLAC release of that song online, and I did a little bit editing, converted it to a LAC, which MKVs can take and decode and shit, and I synced it up and I muxed it to work right. So now it has lossless quality sound along with the 4K video, and this is the highest quality version of this thing you will ever find on the internet, and I'm the only one who has it. And I feel a sickening bit of what's the word? Satisfaction from that. I don't know why.
I
That's
just like
great. I
happy.
cried for 43 minutes today.
Yeah. Why only 43? Is
Ran
that the
out of
best you could
tears.
do? Yeah.
Timing
You
it
should
makes
do-
you gay soft.
You should do it better next time.
Is this a joke? Did you really?
Shit.
No.
I'm glad
As
you
in,
didn't
no, I
cry.
didn't, and yes, it is a joke.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm glad you weren't crying, because if you're crying, then I would I'd have to do something.
Yeah, potentially do something.
Oh, hang on. I may go back and edit what I just said in order to get value out of it.
Oh, okay.
Can you
I don't know
control
what that
Z
means.
IRL?
We're gonna find out.
All right, Ark.
Next time on
Here we
Game
go.
Grumps.
Where we
Thank
go?
God I have a 500 megabyte upload limit on Discord now.
Oh my god, are you sending it to me? Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I have a decent upload speed, so it won't be as instant as it was when I had FiOS, but it's about halfway done.
See, I don't know what it is. It's like it's such a dreadful animation, but that just makes it so much better.
Dude, watch this in full screen in proper HD.
Mhm.
It is kind of an emotional and mental palate cleanser. Whatever you are feeling and thinking at the moment will be replaced by this instead, and you'll kind of just. It's like a reset button.
Yeah, that's how most people feel about Merzbow.
I don't know what that
I
means.
have no idea what that means.
I'm
Also,
so
hi.
disappointed.
Hello,
Hi,
Psycho.
Psychro.
Sorry, I had to go pick someone up from work, but I'm here now.
All right, there we go. That should have. Yep, there it is.
I can't
Anyway,
watch
back
it.
to talking about Portal.
I can't watch
You
it
should
right now.
Well, you can because no one can see it; they can only hear it. And I don't think hearing that song would be the worst thing for the stream because it's not copyrighted.
Is it not
At
copyrighted?
least I don't think it is. Isn't it? It's a fan. Well, I guess the backing track could be, but
Well,
I
I
don't
mean-
know.
Back to
Wait, is it
talking
on
about Portal.
Wait. Is this on? No, is this on YouTube or is this on Twitch?
It's YouTube.
Oh, it's fine. Go, fucking go for it. As long as you're not displaying the video, it's fine. It's just the fucking stupid song at that point.
It was a mistake to come here.
Oh my god.
Your cum sucks dick. A splash of cum to seal the deal. Council
Isn't that
of
incredible?
cum,
That sounds so nice.
all-consuming lord
I don't
of
like that I can
cum,
see his pores.
heir of the cum throne. Swallow
I think my favorite part is the fact that this is out of
cum
context.
god, cum messiah.
All they can
Give
do is
me
hear
the
it.
cum
It's
scar.
great.
I am so
Tight
sorry,
fucking
everyone.
hole.
But at the same time, I'm not.
Cum cruiser.
Why am I here?
How wet is your pussy?
Why are any of us here?
Just to suffer.
Fuck up,
Suffer.
nerd.
Hey,
Pub dunked by my white fat cock. Your GF pussy.
Akuma has seen a version of this with a Gabe Newell deep fake.
A nerd to death.
It's a little bit out of sync.
Pussy. Congratulations, future cum lords. I shape face and I
Oh my-
crush dudes.
It shouldn't be out of sync. I definitely fixed it. Maybe your player doesn't support the
Easy.
audio
It could be.
adjustments I made.
It could be.
You gonna get
Yeah,
pounded
because it wasn't done in the audio file. It was done in the muxing stage. So it's all like metadata. It's not a
cum drooling, moaning slut.
no.
Stuff some cum.
Well, I guess Discord is technically the cloud by definition, so I guess it is now. Yeah. Here, I'll send you a copy.
Thank you. I actually do genuinely enjoy that video. It makes me laugh, and I do actually agree that it is an excellent pellet cleanser. I will 100% just like dead. Yeah.
Child. Just
Start your
chillin'.
day off the right
Cum
way.
villain. Cum
our
all
quad
ye
fuck.
faithful. Cum fucked God in his
So
asshole.
when I
question.
started
Come
drawing
proud,
was way
come
like
loud.
more than what I should be
Fucked
intended.
up. Now
There you go.
I'm gonna keep
cum.
going.
Make bank. Smoke.
I started playing Payday again recently. I think I'm just gonna start doing that and tuning all of you people out.
Cum. Then.
Damn.
People.
Cum. Living large.
people.
By that.
Cum.
I'm
and
racist.
Smile.
What?
Oh, at least you got the honesty to
Fuck
tell
up,
us.
bitch.
God, that is such a
Dude, the-
good video.
People
Dude,
have said
can't-
that line like 4 times, and that's how I've responded every time.
You know, come nuke.
Counterpoint, I'm stupid.
I'm not accusing you of not paying attention. I'm just saying.
I
It's gonna
had
happen.
Stating that
I had Harris
every
with the
time.
Cum Throne playing in my ears, so
excellent.
So
a
I
good
don't
song.
know if you've noticed, but this character is gonna have fucking crazy hips. So
There's only 3
sorry.
of us here, so I can just go wild with the space, right?
yeah.
That and the canvas is the size of a country.
Try not to
I'm
go
not
too
complaining.
wild, though. You know how it goes.
Well, I mean, Minty above me
What?
is like taking up like a third of the page.
Yeah. That's the third I deserve.
Uh,
Oh, that's fair.
What?
If you have a problem with that, then let me take my happy pills, which is this entire box of Tic Tacs.
I love Tic Tacs. What kind of Tic Tacs are they? Are they orange?
Yeah, peppermint.
Mm.
Peppermint? Are they the white and green and red ones?
No,
Peppermint.
just plain peppermint.
Oh. You don't have like
I
I like the
Fuck,
orange
what is my
ones.
name? What is my fucking name?
I just was curious because
Nobody
like
knows
for
anymore.
for like here in the States, whenever Christmas comes around, like even just plain mint Tic Tacs get like red, green, and white colorings.
No, not here.
I'm gonna say
This
his
is
name's
Australia.
Snoopy, but all right.
Most of our Christmas books have Santa Claus riding in a ute. That is not a joke, that's a thing.
Yeah, because it's summer there.
Yeah, it's like fucking what? What's today's temperature? 29 degrees Celsius?
I always felt bad about it for Australians. I wish they got to experience Christmas.
Yeah.
And freedom.
But hey, it could be worse,
Yeah, you could be American.
I didn't even need to say it. We know where the score is.
Does
for living it.
does
Then
Does-
again, you guys did bring Rupert Murdoch into the world, so I guess it's even.
Look, okay. We brought him in. It's our duty to take him out.
I'm rooting for you guys.
Thank you. I
Does-
fucking
Waiting.
need.
does
Yeah,
does Australia have like a holiday that is like like what we have Thanksgiving?
No,
You don't have
no,
like
we just
any
straight up don't.
you don't have any food related holidays?
Closest we have is Australia. Anzac Day
Uh-huh.
has Anzac bickies. Australia Day's got a big thing about sausages and that, but it's not as
Oh.
big as Voting Day, where we have our votes and we used to get a free fucking sausage, but now we fucking don't. This is the future that the fucking Australian Liberal Party, who are conservative, anyone listening in America, fucking want.
works here too.
Wait, no, it's not.
No,
So
it
anyway,
isn't. Shut the fuck up.
it's called the Overton window.
yep.
My window's over
Anyway,
there.
no, I'm not Ace.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
they're not ace. They're just really picky. What, the Overton window?
No, it's off the A side. Oh wait, I get it. I had to think about it because I'm stupid.
I may be stupid.
I've had a long day.
No, it's fine. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
I've had like one of those days where like nothing was really going on, and every time I sat down to do something, I got bored of it in like seconds, and I didn't feel like doing it anymore. So I would pick up something else, same thing, repeat.
I'm gonna.
Usually when that
go on
happens,
a-
I just eat.
I was gonna go on a
Go
limb
ahead.
here and say that I feel like Ellie probably has some pretty good solutions to that.
To what precisely? Sorry?
To like feeling unfulfilled and then just drifting between things and then like
The word
you
is
find something
depression.
new. Yeah, I feel like you've got some good coping strategies with that.
Not to depress anybody, but I did. And now I've run out of stuff, so I'm actually kind of looking for things that I find entertaining.
Playing Fortnite
Uh,
with me.
That is
Aw.
entertaining, but like assuming I can't do that, which I mean that happens often enough, I have to have something that's like fulfilling on my own. And that's always been, to be fair, that's always been tricky for me, because I have like a really weirdly specific way that I get interested in things. And it's usually like everything's boring. I find something that isn't. And I think it's so cool that it's not boring that I do it until I'm like, yeah, it's fine now, I guess. And it becomes an obsession, which is how I get like 500 hours in a game in like, a month. And then I kind of put it down for a while.
Me too.
Yeah,
So
I could just be having a bipolar day.
Do
Not
you deal with
Sid.
bipolar issues?
Too.
The only person who said anything about being bipolar.
Oh, I'm diagnosed
Yeah.
bipolar type 1.
yeah, sorry, Phil. It wasn't like actually depressing. It was mostly just like I'm just kind of searching for some shit to do mostly.
It just kind of
That's
sounds
all.
like you're a. I've heard actual terms for it before. I don't know how like medically valid they are.
I'm a
But-
consumer.
We're all consumers here.
I'm a sumer.
But there are
Fuck everyone
people.
named Alice.
But there are people who like when they there you go. When they consume a kind of media, they either take it in small doses, which is arguably the more healthy thing, or they go balls
It
deep
is.
and burn themselves out on it every time.
And you
and me.
Hyperfixation?
And then no,
Sort of.
well, I mean that is an element of it, but no, you also forgot the third person, which is a hyperfixate on it and never burn out on it, and you slowly become worried for their sanity.
Like me and
I
Rimworld.
love the My Little Pony Phantom.
Like everyone who likes this fucking fandom.
I mean, there are games that I've done that to myself, that I repeatedly do that to myself. Where I'll fucking hyperfixate until it becomes like the most boring thing in the world, and then I'll put it down for a few months. I'll pick it right back up and be right back where I started. Games like Rimworld, The Sims, FTL.
I
Play
get
game.
knocked down. Knock it up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down.
Yeah, no,
You know
I
that the-
usually come back to stuff. It just takes a long time,
Yeah.
Do you
or
know
like
that
a new
the
perspective. Sorry.
band that made that song was called Chumbawamba?
Chumbawamba.
That's a very good fact, Stop. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of those songs. There's a cute topic that doesn't involve cock.
Cock?
That's so pointless.
Yeah, I know. It sounds out of character for me too, but I don't know, man. I'm just getting burnt out. Anyway,
You know, there's
Oh my
songs that
God.
you didn't know had a
you're
title, but they
burnt
did
out?
have a song.
um
They did have a title.
I have a really good song that
can't.
I have a really good song that nobody knows the fucking name of, or the band name to it.
Mm.
Is it
Did
the
the
most
Roots
mysterious song on the
Sandstorm?
internet?
No, it's see, I want to say some of the lyrics, and then I want somebody to try it to figure out what it is. I'm not sick, but I'm not well, and I'm so hot 'cause I'm in hell.
Oh, I know this one.
Isn't that I'm so sick?
My fucking ex was crazy about this song, and I've got it on my playlist. It's by Harvey Danger.
Uh-huh.
I know this exact fucking song. It's
Uh-huh.
on like 6 of my playlists.
What's the title?
Fucking, I'm not sick. Flagpole Sitter.
Flagpole Sitter. Yep. So
With
the whole
2 T's and an A.
Yep. The whole song is about masturbation and sex, which is really funny. But yeah, it's called Flagpole Sitter, and it's by Harvey Danger. It was basically their one big hit, and nobody fucking knows what the title of the song was, and that's because Weird Al added that song to one of his polka compilations, and just did the "I'm not sick, but I'm not well" that whole bit. So nobody knew it was Flagpole Sitter. It's a good song, though. I highly recommend it.
I gotta say, one of his other songs, Cream and Bastards Rise, is as good, if not better, and it just flies under so many fucking radars. Like, it's literally... The song is about what it sounds like. It's about fucking terrible people are the ones who tend to, like, you know, do better. But it's like, God, it's such a fucking good song. Only cream and bastards rise. I have accidentally made Izzy way buffer than I fucking anticipated here. And I
Is that a problem?
need to fix this. Yes.
That's
He's
a
meant
problem.
to be a
Why?
lanky, greasy piece of shit.
But I like
Not
my
a
voice buff.
fucking macho man, okay? I do like
Doesn't-
buff, don't get me wrong. But this guy is the definition of selling cigarettes to children in a car park.
Oh my God, Minty, let a character have some fucking body diversity for the love of God.
Is this, you know, Den and I got into the conversation the other day.
That's not a dig at you, by the way.
Sorry.
Go on. We'll
Okay.
listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Din and I got into the conversation the other day about how you know, like all the Genshin Impact characters are like basically the same body type.
Mm.
Yeah, and apparently there was a movement of people who got into to Guilty Gear just to see like what the other what it was. I don't know what it was like.
What?
I don't know
What
where
the
I was
other
going
side
with
is
this.
like.
I forgot.
Bridget.
forget.
They got into it because of Bridget.
I forgot to mute my
Yes.
chat. That's why
Well-
you're hearing the pings.
Well, no, but there's also just like I don't know, beefy boys in Guilty Gear, which I like.
I like
That's fair.
Bridget.
I'm here for
Bridget's cute.
Testament. Give me a Thembo.
Bridget's
Some
adorable.
people are
true.
definitely into them.
Testament was hot before and after the redesign.
What's that? The oh fuck! What's that one game with the weird doctor with the bag on his head?
That's
That's
Guilty Gear.
Guilty
Gear.
Gear.
Is that Guilty Gear? Okay,
You're
That's
thinking of
Guilty Gear.
his name is
He's one of the-
Faust.
Faust.
And he rams his wheelchair into your shin.
He has the like in the newest Guilty Gear. He has the fucking best theme song. It is so fucking sick.
Can I how do I put this? I'm gonna shimmy away from the topic Guilty Gear because I have a client at work who will not shut the fuck up about the Axl Rose and various fucking 80s rock references in that game. So I'm getting like trauma flashbacks to her fucking smile.
Do they think that's something no one knows about? That's like saying, hey, did you know that this JoJo character was a band reference? Yes, everyone fucking knows that.
There's a term my housemate used, and he couldn't remember the name of it, but there's a Japanese term for teenagers and children who think that they're the main character in a story and act
Chunibyo.
and dress. Yeah, Shunibyo. That
They're
That-
chuny.
what
What kind of chuny? They're not an evil eye chuny, are they?
They wear a black trench coat at all times.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Uh,
but are they an evil eye chuny?
I don't know what the difference of that one is.
Evil eye. Well, there's different flavors of chuny. Evil eye is the one where like they think they have powers and they pretend that they do, and when you try and call them out on it, they come up with excuses as to why they can't use it every time.
No, this is more like just
Okay, not
No.
quite as bad then. That's good
not
to hear.
that far, but it's yeah. Look, this is my job, and I'm.
There's also the
tomorrow's my
delinquent
last day.
chuny.
Oh no,
We're
this
like-
isn't.
I guarantee everyone here has met that type where like they're very clearly like this sheltered kid, but they try really hard to come off like they're like a fucking basic like some kind of delinquent, and it's like
Mm.
usually really embarrassing.
That is kind of sad. Look, the Trauma Olympics are thinking that is something that adults even play,
Yeah.
which
fact.
Overwhelmingly, I'd say.
yeah.
Slight fun fact: Chunibyo basically means 8th grader syndrome.
But like, okay, away from Guilty Gear in general.
Yeah.
You know what other fighting game has some amazing fucking music? The new Street
Fight
Fighter
Nerds.
game.
It is
Hmm.
pretty good.
The new Street Fighter game has some rockin' fucking tunes. Like, normally you get like, okay, this is my favorite tune. Like, for example, Street Fighter 5, I think, had me with Rashid's theme, best theme in the entire game.
Rashida is pretty great.
But Street Fighter 6, all of the themes are amazing. Hell, the menu themes that are only like 30 seconds long. They went so hard with all the music in Street Fighter 6. It's insane. So good. I'm looking forward
I'm
to
hoping
playing
that it's-
SF6.
I am hoping it's good. Cause I'll be real. So I was pretty big into fighting games when I was a bit younger. Mostly because my spouse was, and I kind of wanted to kind of like, see if I could do it. I couldn't really get too much into it, but I played Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I remember following Street Fighter a lot, Street Fighter 4, and being like, this is really, really good and entertaining. And I know when 5 came out, I kind of stopped enjoying watching it in particular. I don't know why. It just didn't click with me. I'm hoping 6 kind of goes back and kind of has a lot like more of the hype stuff that 4 has or had.
My buddy Adam was in the beta, and
Mhm.
let me read to you what he said. Like
We-
he said, let's see. I got to play some of the Street Fighter 6 beta this weekend. The game is honestly so fucking sick. And then a couple hours later, he said, "It is my great displeasure to inform you, I really, really wish I was still playing the SF6 beta." And then he said, "It's so good, dude. Game makes me feel like a kid again." So I'm going to assume that it's pretty fucking great. That's
seems
actually
like people-
really high praise from him.
It seems like people are definitely taking more kindly to SF6 than SF5 at any point in its development, really.
Which one?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I understood SF's launch was pretty messy in particular.
Which one?
I don't know 4 because it launched before I got into it, but I know 5. I mean, 5 was kind of boring. Well, it definitely started out really boring in terms of like competitive stuff. I don't recall too many complaints. Okay, I'm gonna sound like a piece of shit for saying this, but I remember hearing complaints from like the casual community that doesn't actually compete with it at all, and they just kind of hit buttons. I heard them say some things with like some reviews, but anyone who was actually taking the game seriously, I didn't hear any complaints about 5. I just found it boring as hell. Was my personal complaint. But all the people who were like really serious seemed to be really interested in it, so I don't know anything from that perspective.
Completely inverse to that. Most of the whining I heard came from the sweatier players, and I mean that affectionately. Talking about how casualified SF5 was.
I
didn't hear that at all. That's actually really interesting.
I really like fighting games. I used to play a lot of Street Fighter and a lot of Mortal Kombat. I was tournament rank with Street Fighter 4. But when it came to Street Fighter 5, I wouldn't say it was. I'd say it was easier to pick up and understand, and combos were almost just optional. But I've always preferred little things that are much better than Street Fighter in general, or at least used to be before the release of Street Fighter 6, such as Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
I love Soul Calibur.
Most people do remember that game fondly. My favorite was Soul Calibur 2.
Was that the one with Link?
That was the one that had different like extra characters depending on the console.
On the
so it had
GameCube, it
Spawn,
had
Link, and Hayachi, I think.
Yep.
Were the 3.
But see, a big reason that I think Soul Calibur is a little bit better than Street Fighter is the character designs. I think the character designs are super awesome and really varied in Soul Calibur. But then you go to Street Fighter and you just got Ken,
Ark,
Ryu.
If you tell me to my face that El Fuerte isn't fucking awesome, you can go fuck yourself.
Which one's El Fuerte?
He's the guy who would run around, scream at you, sprint across the map, sprint back, and smack you in the face with the frying pan, and then scream at you again. I love him.
I just want Dan back. That's all I want.
You're gonna get Dan back. You're fine.
Dude, Dan was literally made by Capcom to make fun of another character from another franchise and is deliberately made garbage on purpose for that reason.
Yes.
I forget if it was King of Fighters or
I don't remember. I forget which one. I'm tired.
So Seb asked the
maybe
question.
King of Fighters.
What was everybody's game of the year?
Elden Ring.
Did Elden Ring come out this year?
Yeah.
Elden Ring won Game of the Year.
I'll be a basic bitch.
I didn't play it, but narratively speaking, I'd say God of War. I mean, God of War won like 8 billion times.
The Game
I-
Awards was just
I-
like God of War, God of War, God of War, God of War.
I would have loved to have played Ragnarok, but Sony cucked the PC community out of it again, and they're gonna make us wait. So I don't know yet. I don't know shit about that game.
This is
I was really excited on release. I'm like, oh, it's out, and I check Steam, and there's nothing. I'm like, oh, they did what I think they fucking did, didn't they? And they did.
This is super tough for me because I either want to say Stray, Cult of the Lamb, or
Ooh.
You know,
Cult of the Lamb won Best Indie, I believe.
Stray though. Stray literally turned an owl into a transgender vor fetishist. So
yes,
it's
of
got to be
course.
pretty significant.
or the Bendy game.
You think I'm joking? I'm not. I'm not even making that up.
Yes, Shammy.
I'd
What would you do
have
with
to
that, too?
I'd have to like just for replayability and how awesome the game actually was. I'd say Cult of the Lamb was probably my game of the year.
That's fair.
I agree with that because like at games now, I'm like, what game is like Cult of the Lamb? But none of them are, so I'm like, okay, cool.
My only real
Sadness
complaint with
forever.
Cult of the
That's
Lamb was
fair.
that it was kind of short, and I wish there was like more stuff to do after you beat the game. But you know,
That's
still
fair.
enjoyable.
There might be more coming later.
That's what I.
Cult
figured.
of the Lamb probably has one of my favorite visual design documents, I guess you would call it,
It's got
overall,
good
of like
aesthetics.
one of the best aesthetics of any game I've ever seen. It is so, it sticks out in your head. It's
It's-
immediately recognizable, and I
Agreed.
just love looking at it.
It's based on Don't Starve style.
But the roguelite part is kind of mid.
I think that they could have put a little bit more effort into weaponry, you know, and how random everything actually is. 'Cause it doesn't feel very random. Once you unlock a new thing, you are guaranteed to get that new thing, no matter what.
It feels very shallow in that respect. I kind of almost wish they went in.
Accessible.
Yeah.
I almost wish they went in whole hog on just the like town management and sim aspects of it.
You know, it's funny because they actually mentioned in a couple of their development blogs that God, this shoulder doesn't look right. That Hades was naturally a big influence on their design.
Yeah,
Mm.
Hades,
believe
Don't
it.
Starve. I mean, I could see all of that. I
You can't see Ark.
oh, you're right. I'm blind. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. You know what's going to be the game of the year next year, or I think it's next year. I'm pretty sure. Hades 2.
Maybe.
Probably a
Depending
good
on-
contender.
depending.
If,
Depends
you know,
on what
if
they do with it.
if Supergiant keeps up the job they've been doing since the very beginning, then it's in the contender. It's in the
Several-
running for the contender. I can't talk.
Several really big things are coming out in 2023, though. So we'll have to see
Yeah.
what the community reception is to all of it.
There are
Some of it's
many
like-
games.
I'm trying to remember. There was one that I was really excited about coming out, and I think it was in March.
That
Can't
would
remember what
be
it is,
Resident Evil
though.
4.
There is Resident Evil 4 remake, but that wasn't just that. I'm trying to remember.
Dead Space 1 remake.
I don't think so. I'm gonna look.
Bendy
Give
in
me
the
a
class
second.
action lawsuit.
Oh, Alan Wake
No.
2. That
Who
would
the
be.
fuck cares
yeah.
about Alan Wake?
I do. I love that fucking game. It's so good.
Why?
I want to like it more, but I tried playing.
I
through it
remember.
again.
I remember. Okay, this doesn't count, but The Last of Us, the original's coming out on PC in the beginning of March.
Okay, that's.
I was
pretty
really
good.
excited for that.
I'm looking
Obviously,
at
the game's been out, but still.
I-
Also, I need to turn my gain down. I'm sorry. It's been a little loud this whole time. There we go. It's better.
I'm looking at a list of all the games coming out next year. Here's a couple good ones, like really good ones. Let's
Mhm.
see. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom,
Yes.
Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16,
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2, Dead Island 2, finally, Stalker 2, finally, Skull and Bones, which looks amazing, Resident Evil 4, Ark 2, Me, the sequel. The Wolf Among Us 2.
Ooh.
Okay,
ooh,
that I'm
ooh.
pumped for.
Ooh.
Dead Space.
Wait,
Among Us.
run that back.
What?
Didn't they go defunct?
No, they
Uh,
well,
Yes.
the
Telltale?
company did, but
They were bought out
Like a board
by
game.
so Telltale was bought by multiple people, like they were like parted out. Like for
They were
example,
dissolved.
yes, the people who worked on the Dead Space, the Walking Dead bit, they were actually hired on by the company that releases the actual Walking Dead comics, and that's how they were able to make part 3 or the final chapter, etc. So yeah, they were dissolved into other people, and apparently, according to this, the game is being developed and published by Telltale with assistance of Ad Hoc Studio, a studio that consists of former Telltale staff.
Okay.
Um,
Continue.
let's see. We've also got Kerbal Space Program 2, which is exciting.
nice.
We've got Payday 3.
Really?
I was
Yep.
gonna say that. I've been waiting for that game since 2014.
And a new Telltale series.
Was it it wasn't when I was seeing what was it, EDC? It wasn't VGC. Not VGC. Whatever it was, it just can't happen. I kept on looking at the thing that happened for the trailer for Hellboy, and I kept on thinking that like, was this Wolf Among Us 2? It just has like a very similar style. I
Mhm.
realized.
Makes sense. By the way, Soft,
Hi.
you know what Payday 3 is gonna be.
A soul sucking.
It's gonna be the same engine with a shader uplift. I'm calling it now.
No, it's been reported. It's been reported on for a really long time that they're moving to, I want to say, Unreal 4, maybe 5. So it's not going to be on the fucking, what is it, the diesel engine?
Well, Payday 2's engine was like fucking ancient already, and well,
Made-
how old is it? How old is it?
I think the game
Old
came out in
game.
2014.
It's pretty
Right.
old, yeah.
I remember playing on the 360.
Yeah.
Man,
Never
they're
got any
already
updates
2013.
though.
Oh, guys, don't worry. Destiny 2 Lightfall's coming out in 2023 too. Don't worry. Another
Hey,
Destiny
Sandra will be
expansion.
so excited.
Another
boy.
another Destiny 2 expansion because they don't know how to make any other new games. Um,
Sandra
Remember
plays
when
that, right?
Bungie made video games and then they stopped and then they made another one and it was kind of okay, I guess. And then they stopped making them and they just worked on the one that was kind of okay, I guess.
wait.
Hey, what if in 2023 Behavior Interactive staged a coup and pilfered fucking Pablo from Digital Extremes to design their killers?
I thought Lords of the Fallen was a
What?
game that was already out.
Ellie is the only
So,
person in this
there's
room who
the-
understands what I just said.
There's the Lords of the Fallen coming out.
Isn't that the same game that came out for like ages ago?
It's the same producers, same creators.
Oh wait, it says The Lords of the Fallen is a series reboot for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool.
Series reboot. I thought there was only one game.
I mean, that's still part of a series.
They're trying again.
Terrible
I
series,
guess.
man.
Ooh, a new
Well,
FPS action role-playing game is coming out called Atomic Heart.
Oh yeah, that
God,
one's
that's been in fucking
production
limbo
hell
for a
for
long while.
ages.
I've never heard
So
of
it's
it.
a Russian team, right? It's kind of like Bioshock, I think.
So it has to contend up against Stalker 2, which if Stalker 2 is even remotely decent, it stands no chance.
oh, speaking of Bioshock, what was that other thing? You know the thing.
Or like one of the main developers of BioShock's like aesthetically is working on like a new game. So it's kind of there's like similarities and shit.
Yeah, in other words,
I
it
don't
looks
remember.
exactly like Bioshock.
Oh, also to answer
Oh,
your
You know what's
question,
funny?
Go ahead.
I just want to answer
know,
a
it's-
question really quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Billy's asking me, Ark, are you, Ellie, and Riot gonna play the Dead Space remastered on Twitch? Maybe. I asked Ellie months ago,
That's a
and Ellie
yes.
said yes. Riot is wanting to. I definitely want to because I want to. I want to play that game really fucking bad. So,
Yeah, and I'm the Dead Space girl that only always plays the Dead Space games
I
and
will
not
fight
Ark,
you.
so it'll
I will-
probably be me.
I will fight you for this.
I literally am the Dead Space person because I don't like horror, and this is like my one in, so you kind of have to give it to me.
What do you mean you're one in?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I mean, look, Ellie did do the best drop.
She hasn't dropped the plate yet.
No, it sounded a little bit more like a
Thanks.
heavy drop.
Oh, that's what you
Ah.
mean.
I don't get it.
I
That's
remember
okay, Ark,
that.
You don't get a lot of things.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I
Get
was
some
there
peaches.
because like that I ended up like they finished Dead Space 2 with I wasn't there.
You were
Like-
there.
No, I wasn't there for the ending. It was you, Perry, and Riot.
I'm almost positive you were there for it. The end of Dead Space 2, I'm
Mhm.
almost positive you were there for it. And then we actually tried to figure out like what to do afterward because we didn't expect to be done so quickly. You were there for that.
I really don't remember.
You're making comments about it the whole time.
I just don't like the eyeball bit. Okay,
Maybe
I
you
know.
dissociated.
I may have because
That's
of the eyeball bit.
possible.
Callisto Protocol.
Again,
I'm playing.
to me it looks like a model clipping into another model, thankfully, so it doesn't bother me as much as it would if it were like a movie.
But what if
But imagine when they remaster it.
Yeah,
What if they do that?
Oh
What if they
god, you're
backport
now-
right,
it?
I forgot.
now that they've remade the entirety of Dead Space 1 on a new engine with new scenes and new bits, wouldn't they then, if it's successful, decide to redo 2?
if they reanimate it, like if they don't just like touch up everything and actually reanimate it, then yeah, it would be a problem. I think I would have an issue with it myself.
Like,
We had to contract a third-party developer to animate this eyeball.
Okay, Dead Space 2 came out years ago. It's a dated game. It's a great game. It has some really scary set pieces. The eyeball part was not scary. It was horrifically unsettling.
Grody.
Very grody. And if they decide that they want to redo that entire scene with today's capabilities,
Yeah.
you may hear me actually squeal.
Speaking of capabilities, I'm going to shift topics slightly here, visuals. So, I know everyone says haha memes about fucking Avatar, but Avatar
really
2
thought you were going to say Fortnite.
No. But Avatar 2, the characters and the water
Hell?
look completely indistinguishable from real life. Like,
That's what everyone keeps on saying. That's what I keep hearing is that, like, visually, it looks fucking beautiful.
well, like I've heard the movies also just a fine. Like here's the thing: the original Avatar story was like, it was fine. Like, I thought it was executed decently enough. It was a story we've seen before. It's whatever, but it's a fun movie. Who cares? But like again, I just like if there's anything I have to say about the second one, it's like I've seen parts of it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and see it, but I've seen parts of it, and I'm just like, I cannot tell. For the first time, I've sat down and looked at CGI like that's like 3D models and characters and environments. I actually can't tell anymore, and that's fucking insane to me that we've gotten to that point finally. It's crazy.
I had I was with Michael and Jay. We were talking about Avatar. And it was last night. I said, I understand why people really think it's like a beautiful thing to look at, how pretty it is, and all that. I get it, but I don't know. I never found anything about that movie appealing enough to make me even want to consider watching it. Like-
Six-legged monsters.
I mean, there's
Well,
that.
that's
I
for
do.
you, maybe.
I do like six-legged monsters, but like the Navi or however you say their names, they
Blue people, yeah.
they were just not appealing to me. The set pieces were pretty, but I mean, so was Endor, honestly. You know, I mean, I don't really, I didn't get the whole hype about. Like, there was a lot of stories about people who were watching Avatar when it first came out and then getting all depressed because the real world wasn't all as pretty and gorgeous and stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just a movie.
What wonder world were they living in?
I don't know, but there were some really fucked up IRL shit.
To put it
you know,
To put it simply, and I'm going to call everyone out here because I'm in that kind of mood. Why not? Here we go. People have this thing that they do where when they're not too happy with their current life, they find something else, some form of media, maybe something whatever that looks, at least in their heads, whatever they've dreamt up is just more palatable and preferable to whatever they're currently dealing with, and they latch onto it. And for a lot of people, the world of Avatar, which is just kind of like free of all of this shit that we think of, because it's just kind of, it's just nature. You live with nature, you do stuff in there, it's fucking simple and pretty to them, and it's like, oh, it's so wondrous and amazing, and and they just go, and then they kind of look at their life and go, I don't like it. It's the same thing. It's just that, except there was a period of time where people saw that and were blown away by it and did that, and yeah.
not to
It's just
interrupt.
it's just more of that.
We got a $15 donation. This was from Regal saying,
Okay.
just got paid, money go burr. A request slot isn't necessary, but if Minty is available,
I'm listening.
it says, that's what it says. But if Minty is available, I'll take one. If you have a slot open. To repeat, doodling.
I'll get back to you once I've finished this piece. How about that?
Sounds
If I
good.
finish this before the time is out and I'm not fucking dead, then yeah.
I remember when I
Don't
was
fuck
dead.
the dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know
So
what movie?
essentially,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. Essentially, just boiling down what Ellie was saying. Life sucks and people turn to escapism, and when escapism reminds you about the horrors of reality, people get upset about it.
Yeah.
I think Ellie's point was that because it was such a good escapist thing. That
Yeah,
they
it was.
Yeah.
didn't want to go back.
It
The
really,
immersion
really, yeah. It really set
made
off
it-
several people's escapism
Gut punch.
reward centers. You know what I mean? Like it really, really. I don't want to say stemmed it because I don't like using that term all like freely, but it was like that. It was like the perfect fulfillment
Neuron activation.
dopamine press for that kind of shit
Neuron
It's okay,
for
we-
some people. I can't words.
You know what movie is really good?
David Lynch.
No,
I love that movie.
I really liked Homelander: Rise of a Hero, but it wasn't as good as Homelander Origins.
You know, it's a
Oh, we're
you know,
still
it's a
doing
real,
this.
it's a really, you know, what also is a really good movie is Home Alone 1 and 2. I know Home Alone 2 is just Home Alone
Truth.
1 in New York. Like it is
I
actually
think it's
the
better
same
if I'm honest.
I think it's more entertaining, but if you look at the stories, it's the exact same story, but just told in New York. Like
Mark
it
says
is
that about Evil
it-
Dead
Yeah,
1 and
beef.
2,
Well, that's because that's what it is.
and I still don't know if he's right or not.
but
Well, okay.
that's again, that said, Home Alone 2 is fucking fantastic. And I was obsessed with that movie as a small child, and having rewatched it, it is just as funny and great as an adult, which made me very happy.
Evil Dead 1 and 2 are the exact same movie, just produced differently and by different companies because they couldn't get the rights to remake or to give a proper sequel at the time, which is why, like, if you think about it, and I can prove this, like, Evil Dead 1, Ash goes to the cabin with the girls and the guy, and, you know, they're doing their thing. Well, Evil Dead 2, Ash goes to the cabin with the same girls and the same guy, and then things slightly different happen, but it's the exact same movie, just produced by a different company.
Man, it
That's
must
why-
suck to be wrong.
But I'm not wrong.
Similar plot does not define a similar film. I'm also going to disagree with Ellie on this one. They're taking the original format and changing it enough to be something that's a continuation, a new story. You get to see an Ash who not only knows what's going on, but is able to combat it, but then is faced with the situation of a lot of other people who don't know what's going on. Whereas Home Alone presents the titular character, Macaulay Culkin, as Macaulay Culkin, in a situation where he knows what he's doing, but he's in an environment that he does not recognize. Though the fundamental story does follow similar beats, it is not the same story.
No,
That
it
is
just
my
it
argument.
follows. Well, no, it's not identical. But I'm saying is if you look at every single story beat, every single one is the same. All of them.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
That's what I was referring
According to
to.
Bruce Campbell, the person who made the game, who did Ash, it's not really a sequel, but it's not really a remake. He very specifically called it a requel, which was a remake of the movie, but with added lore to build upon what they had already built in the first one. So it was actually a remake of the first movie.
I'm sorry that he's wrong too.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, they're making a new Evil Dead movie too. And I'm actually kind of
Really?
excited for it. Yeah, it's called Evil Dead Rise.
Don't like that.
Sadly, Bruce Campbell's not going to be Ash because he's done with Ash, but he might make a cameo, which would be really nice.
Oh boy.
Pretty sure they tried this before.
Yeah, people aren't gonna take to an Evil Dead without Bruce Campbell. I just don't see it happening. It's gonna go the way of Resident Evil, whatever that show was. You know the one. Actually, wasn't it just called Resident Evil?
Wait, which one?
Mark, stop type fucking and answer me.
What? Which one?
The one with Lance Reddick.
You mean the 5-movie series featuring oh fuck, who was
I don't
who was
fucking
the
know.
actress? Her name was Alice in the movie. The bitch in red.
No,
All I know
think
is
something's not about the movie, like the TV show.
Yeah,
The Netflix series.
all I know is Lance. Yeah, all I know is Lance Reddick Wesker. That's it.
So they
And Zootopia porn.
They failed really hard because they tried to make a horror movie based on Resident Evil out of a bunch of memes and pop culture references.
Yeah.
I mean, all they had to do was have Chris punch a boulder, and that would have been golden.
Chris wasn't even in the show.
Well, there you go.
Neither was Jill, because it was like it was really weird. The movie or the show's line of sequencing was really odd in that it kept going back and forth between timelines, like when they were young and bright-eyed and all this shit was just starting to happen, to the fucking apocalypse. Like I'm not talking just the fucking apocalypse. I mean, like raiders and
You mean Resident
Like Mad
Evil
Max?
Apocalypse?
no,
Oh,
like it was
what?
Mad Max styled apocalypse out of nowhere for no reason.
I love that film.
And then back to, it was just a jumbled fuck of a movie or a TV show. It wasn't
I
good.
understand. I think.
It was funny, but it wasn't good. Had they not named anybody after Resident Evil characters, and had they not called the show Resident Evil on its own, it probably could have been decent. But no. The movie made the show made 0 sense.
Well, did Lance Reddick ever do the Wesker voice?
Not that I can remember.
I
All
just
I
want to
care
know if he
about-
can do the voice. That's all that matters.
He did.
All I care about is that DC Douglas is Albert Wesker forever.
So I will say the guy who played Wesker, I don't know who he is. I'd never seen him before. But he did very, very well portraying what he was given.
Well, that's good.
Are you talking about Connor Fogarty in Dead by Daylight? Because I love his Wesker. And he's not DC Douglas, because DC Douglas is kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, but he is the best Wesker, and he was Legion.
So, Lance Reddick did very, very well as Wesker, but there was no Wesker voice. There was nothing like that. It was completely his own
Damn.
thing. But he did well. They changed Wesker a lot. Like, he was not the same Wesker that are from the lore. That is from the lore. But I mean, what he was given, he portrayed very well. Like there were moments in the show where you would look at him and be like, okay, he's not a bad guy, but man, he's a scary motherfucker when he wants to be. So I mean, that's cool. But
Yeah.
the series was bad.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of like, especially when it comes to Resident Evil, they're not giving the rights to anybody who likes the game. What they're doing is they're going on to fanfiction.net and finding the highest viewed fucking Resident Evil fanfics, calling it a script, and giving it to the most unrelated director they possibly could, and seeing what comes out of it.
I feel like you're undervaluing fanfiction writers at this point.
You know what? I might be, actually.
Also,
You were absolutely right.
Counterpoint, we would have Mpreg Albert Wesker if that was true.
While this is true, there's a distinct possibility that something like that may have happened in the series. Just saying. What with the cloning
that's
and
where it
all
comes
that?
from.
Chris, she's kicking.
No.
Soft, never say that again, please.
My little boulder puncher. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm never speaking like that again.
Can we change the subject, please?
An animated Resident Evil series would be wonderful. They've got the foundation for it. Like,
Can we get the Castlevania people to do that?
you know what? That'd be cool. I haven't
Please.
seen
That would be pretty
Castlevania,
rad,
but I've heard
actually.
really good things about it.
You should. I like
I've
Dracula.
also heard there's been like people trying to like get a Metal Gear movie off the ground for years. It's just never happened.
Jake is not a
It's
clone.
It's happening. I think. You know, I like
Something's
see it from time to time, and you'll see like David Hayter retweeting something about, well, the Metal Gear movie is coming along, and it's like, cool. Maybe that'll come out someday.
Probably not.
Well, I mean, Hayter
Half-Life
isn't in
3.
it, which,
You know, here's
yeah.
at the time that I had first heard about the Metal Gear movie. It was just after the release of Metal Gear Solid 3, because that's when it started becoming really big, like the idea of giving them a movie. David Hayter would have been the perfect role for Snake. Both, one, the voice, and two, he had the hair, and he could have pulled off the look entirely at the time. But 20 years later, or however long it's fucking been, he couldn't now. So
Yeah, he's a little on the gray side.
yeah.
But then again, so is Snake.
Mm.
Hey,
But
maybe
okay, but they'd probably just remake the Shadow Moses bit.
Yeah, of fucking course they would.
You know they would, because that's the most iconic story. That's what everybody knows.
At this point, Operation Snake Eater may as well be.
Yeah, I love Snake Eater a lot.
'Cause you're so supreme.
Taco.
What's that bit about eating a tree frog? What does that mean?
Literally eating a tree frog.
Oh, whoever wrote that song, I want to know what you were thinking.
See, what's really weird about that fucking song? No matter how many times you hear it, some days you'll feed on a tree frog stands out the hardest in that entire song.
Yeah, it seems like they were kind of grasping for something to write there, and it's like, oh, fucking no, it's a game about eating animals.
I don't even think you can eat
Swallowing
a
snakes
tree
like
frog.
spaghetti. You can.
Can you eat a tree
They don't
frog?
taste very good.
No, I mean in the
it's okay.
game.
Yes, and I repeat myself.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. I don't remember the tree frogs. But I never really went and like the only frog in a tree that I can remember is the Kirotan or whatever they're called. The, that thing.
Yeah, that one.
God, I
Dear, oh
remember
dear.
going through and getting all of those motherfuckers. There were so many.
Oh, big stretch. Oh,
you know,
pick's
if-
coming along.
Maybe if he can't play Snake anymore, maybe we can get him back as like Big Boss or something.
He would have to. Well, he probably could play Venom Snake, which would be really cool.
I mean, Kiefer Sutherland is a screen actor,
That may be true.
and I did like
but-
him as Venom.
Well,
I'll admit it.
The reason I say that Hater could probably do Venom Snake is because Big Boss is old before the events of Shadow Moses. The guy that the guy that you killed. I mean, his face was modeled after who? Fuck, I cannot remember his name, Sir. He was in Star Wars. He was in Lord of the Rings.
Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir Ian something.
Yes.
Ian
Fuck
McKellen?
him.
Yes.
McKellen,
Ian
thank you.
McGregor.
A very merry,
yes.
a very metal Christmas.
So old Venom Snake, which was the big boss that Solid Snake kills in the original Metal Gear series, that he was old as fuck. So I mean, being modeled after Sir Ian McKellen, I would say David Hayter could pull it off,
I'm hot.
but I don't think he
Damn
wants
right you
to.
are.
Yeah, I don't think Hayter wants to because the voice is just too much on him these days. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that vocal fries gotta brutalize your neck, man.
You know, on the matter of voicing things, I actually do have something for Ark.
Hi, what's up?
I would like you to do me a solid.
Mhm.
I have something for you that I would be very content with you giving a little stab at,
Mm-hmm. As
Angel.
okay, I can do
Just,
that.
just as a treat for the audience.
Have they been good?
Oh God.
They've been decent.
It's Christmas, Ark.
You're getting cold.
I don't know this song.
Oh, that's okay. It's an original piece.
Do you want me to try singing it or just saying it?
Take your pick.
I,
You'll do it one way or another when the time comes.
I'll sing it later. I'll read it now. Okay? I'm scared. I am terrified now. Why did I give Mindy so much creative freedom?
Sure, I was up back then, but look again. That was when gays were out, so bitch, don't pout. I'm relevant, sis. Check my brother Nis. Step up to me and then you'll see. Simply, I'm the flyest spider that ever died. Yeah, 'cause I'm the only queen worth being seen.
Satiated the goblin.
I cannot get a read on this rhyme pattern.
It's there, I promise.
10. 10 syllables broken up into 2 to 3 part rhyme schedules with a emphasis between bits.
You're gonna have to rehearse that one.
I will.
Rehearsing?
There
No,
is
you fuckers don't get that.
the hardest part about this entire thing. Like everything else, I
One
understood like the rhythm, like or rather the sequencing. It took me a second to get the simply.
Simply. Step up to me, and then you'll see simply.
Oh, so we're inserting an entire. My brain is
Syllable for the
melting.
P?
Double, yeah.
Step
I
up to
wanted to
me,
say
then you'll
consonant.
see. Simply, I'm the flyest spider that ever died. Yeah, 'cause I'm the only queen worth being seen. Mew, mew,
Yeah, okay,
mew,
see,
mew,
now
mew.
that flows a little better. First time, First time was the first time.
Well, I mean, that was
Now I'm
like
getting it.
that was just straight out. So,
Y'all can look forward to that.
Send
It's
help.
it's about 5,000 or so words.
Send help.
That's all right. I ain't got a lot of lines.
I'm blinking rapidly.
You need to blink in Morse code.
I can do that. I know SOS.
No one can hear you blink when you're online. No one can hear you blink for SOS online.
Isaac tear sounds.
Hey, I like it. I like some of Eminem's music. Don't
Also,
mean
are we
me.
almost done with this? Are we almost at the end of the stream, or
No.
we got some time left?
We got plenty of time left.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's only
I thought-
Take your time though. If you want to like tap out, you're
Yeah.
welcome to. No one's
No, I'm just I keep forgetting what the time is on these streams.
So it varies for this particular stream depending on like who's around, how much energy everybody has. Normally we go for about 2 hours for the art stream, which is pretty standard for all of our streams. But sometimes we'll tap out at an hour and a half if everything starts dying down, that kind of thing. But I mean, we've definitely got conversation pieces. You know, it's the end of the year. It's been a while since we had a decent art stream, so not to say that all the art streams are decent. But this is our first art stream in a while.
True.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like recently a lot of artists have had things taking up their time. And
Life.
Yeah, life.
finds a way.
It's the holidays, so
That too.
That is true.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, are we gonna... Oh yeah, fuck. This Saturday, Equipment.
Quimith.
Can you believe it? Just a week away. It got here so fast.
I know. I haven't bought any fucking presents. I'm gonna have to buy them all on fucking Thursday.
I wish I could buy everybody presents. I am strapped. With a bomb, Minty's holding me hostage. Please send help.
There's no help coming.
I'm gonna die.
The only person coming is you.
Oh. Can I come home for
didn't know you were into-
Christmas?
I will give you my
Carol.
address if you're willing to fucking come down here, but I'm gonna warn you, it's warm.
I would absolutely 100% visit you for Christmas if I could, Minty, but I'd have to get a passport, immunization shots, and a couple, I don't know what, $2,000-$3,000.
Yeah, it's a 15-hour plane ticket, but you know, one of these days, one of us is gonna do it.
Aren't you coming to the States soon-ish? Yeah.
The plan is in fucking September-ish.
Baller. Yeah, like I'm sure we can set something up to where we can all meet up and, you know, have a good time doing something.
We'll figure that out when we get there. For now, I'm just about done with this piece.
I am loving the reindeer that Plastic is drawing.
That is adorable.
It is.
I love it.
thank you. Actually, I don't want it to be a verb.
Oh, that is cute.
Just want to squish her cheeks.
I hope you mean her face.
You know that's not the message that was intended. You're keenly aware of that.
Minty will not. Well, like, Minty's probably like. Okay, look, real talk. I don't know how cold it gets in Australia, but in Ohio, up north, like near the lakes, like when we went to the amusement park, whose name I can't remember at the moment, Cedar Point. It was cold.
To your point.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
was cold.
suffer.
Yeah, it's
I-
very
it doesn't
cold.
get
It's
that
very
hot-
cold.
here.
And you'll become,
I am-
if it's November, September, anywhere between there to December, hell, anywhere between,
I loved how cold it was.
like anywhere between September and probably late March, early April, is going to be stupidly cold.
My only request is that it snows.
It will snow if
We'll
you go
make
up
it
there
happen.
later in the year.
I've
Or-
never seen snow in my life.
We will
That's a
make
shame.
sure that you
You're
see
lucky,
snow.
actually.
But
That's
if
so
you want
kind.
to see snow, you'll have to come to at specific points of the year, either
Um,
January or
mm,
December.
that's okay. I'll probably miss the snow then, but I want to see the Mothman Festival. That's like a big thing.
I think
I'll
that's
tell
in
you-
West Virginia.
Yes.
I'll tell you
Or
this
maybe
much.
Roads.
There is a spectrum of enjoyability to snow. There's the nice, soft, enchanting, powdery, lovely stuff. And then there's white shit.
It gets everywhere.
And most of it falls into the latter category of just miserable, damp, soggy, icy garbage
I'm pretty soggy sometimes.
that people have to
I like
scrape off
snow
of
no
their
matter
cars.
what.
That's fair.
Snow itself isn't that bad. It's when you live in these states, like Indiana, for example, or Ohio, you have a very high moisture content in the air. Like it is always so fucking humid, even when it's freezing. So if it even gets the slightest warm up, it turns to slush and ice, and it's dreadful.
Simply
I would've
dreadful.
thought that.
Yes, but snow is also like gorgeous. It really is. If you've never seen it, it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
I am looking forward to that. I am ready. I'm pumped. I'm excited. On the matter of it being like fucking moist up there, that's gonna suck for me because where I live, it is dry. When we get summer, it is a dry fucking summer. It is like a
Very
laser beam
arid.
on my arm when I'm driving. Like I think I've had like the summer on me for a little bit, and my fucking right arm is tanning from driving.
Yeah,
Wow.
you live in an arid country. Depending, like most of the Midwest, the East is very humid, mostly because of how hot and cold it gets. That kind of thing.
That's gonna suck. Yeah.
But that just don't do what Den did. Dress warmly, and you'll be fine.
That's
Dress
gonna
for
suck
either
because
occasion, really.
half of my fucking wardrobe is Hawaiian shirts.
You are gonna die if you don't get something thicker.
Yeah.
You can probably borrow someone's coat if you're going with people.
Oh, I'm going on my own.
Be like, hey, bring an extra coat for me. Oh,
I would
I'll
bring an
try to
extra
get
coat.
clothes.
I
Yeah.
could
I've got a-
probably.
Yeah, I'll just get some long sleeve turtlenecks or something and wear them with my leather jacket.
That'll do it.
What is this picture missing?
The money shot.
Alas, I can't fucking draw porn.
That is true. I was thinking, like
Can't or won't?
dollar bills flying everywhere.
Yeah, you never really explained the context of this, Minty.
Cherry
This?
and
Oh,
yeah, I mean they're just beating the shit out of each other. It looks like he got stabbed in the kidney.
just like
How would you-
really wild fucking foreplay.
That's what I thought.
How would you
How
what?
they
How
get
can you
moved.
tell somebody got stabbed in the kidney?
By seeing if they were stabbed in the kidney.
I'm back.
Well, I'm looking at it.
Ah.
That's
Yeah,
very
no,
clearly a
welcome back,
stab in
man.
the midsection on the side, so that the only area
Oh,
that's
that's
actually going to
really
hit is going to
cute.
hit the kidney.
I really like that. That's really good.
Kidney bean.
Ellie definitely put
what
her
are you
up to
talking
that.
about?
Your drawing?
Oh, okay. Well, Ellie, there's more than one drawing here. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
remember, but there's an
I meant the-
entire.
Yeah, I was talking about the one I was commenting on before. I'm sorry.
I just love seeing everybody draw. Like everybody's so fucking talented.
Thank you.
Don't patronize me,
Very
sir.
talented.
I'm not patronizing you. I genuinely enjoy seeing people draw because I anybody can learn how to draw. It just takes a lot of patience and the desire to do so. And I just have zero patience for it because my hands shake. So anybody
Keep that in
who
mind
can,
when I need to-
when you do what?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just
Oh,
gonna say
nothing.
it's like I don't have the patience because it's like my hands are a little on the shaky side because of the uh anxiety and the amount of caffeine that I intake on the hourly basis. So, I admire anybody who was able to push through, you know, anxieties, caffeine addictions, and even stress and walls that they have to fight with and contend against to continue to desire to draw. It's a very intricate journey to become an artist, and you guys always impress me.
Oh,
We love you too,
so
Ark.
sweet.
I do it because I'm not good at anything else.
You're a very funny
Oh,
individual. Like you are
Yeah, that's
insanely
bullshit.
hilarious.
Thank you. Don't pay the bills. Wish you did though.
It could if you did it professionally, which you are funny enough to do. Your improv skills are fucking superb.
Thank you. I used to lead an improv group in college.
Did you do theater?
That was something. I was a theater major actually.
Ooh. What
Yeah.
was your minor?
I didn't have one.
Oh,
You don't really have to
Probably
have
for
a
the
minor.
best.
that is fair.
Yeah. I mean, look. No, actually, I'm gonna stop myself. I'm better than that.
And we're proud of you for it,
Okay.
Minty.
But that is awesome, Plastic. I didn't know that you majored in theater. I didn't know that you went to
Thank you.
college. That's awesome.
I did. I dropped out.
I mean, you still went.
I did go, didn't I? But what do I have to show for it?
Amazing
Anyways.
talents. So
I don't think
trade school.
I didn't learn anything in college, if I'm honest, which is probably why I dropped out.
To be fair, college isn't necessarily the only path, and it isn't always necessarily the best path for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But you had the drive and initiative to do it. That's the important part.
Yes, I did.
And I'm proud of
And
you.
now you get to enjoy
Oh,
crippling debt.
I wish I still did. I would. It's not crippling. It's like $3,000.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, I mean, she did say that she only had one major and no minor, so she didn't have to buy like a fuckload of books that were completely pointless.
That's not the amount of classes I would have taken would have been the same. And it's just it was tuition that cost. It was a private school. It wasn't like I was paying for the classes individually.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Thank you.
I never really wanted to go to college, but I do want to, like, someday I want to go to trade school. Specifically, I want to learn how to be a locksmith.
Pretty cool.
Sus.
Well, there's
No.
this guy that I watch on YouTube every now and then, and he does this really amazing thing that he can break open any fucking lock, and half the time he doesn't even use a lockpick. He doesn't use a bump key. He will take locks and humiliate the makers for them by literally either taking the exact same lock and smacking the side of it and just pops right open, or twisting it a certain way and then banging it with something and it just pops right open, taking a key and just smacking it once and it just pops straight open. It's fucking amazing.
Is that the locksmith attorney guy? Locksmith lawyer?
I don't know, but I've seen him on YouTube Shorts a lot. Like there's this one where like this woman is like walking out to her car. She's like, "What the fuck?" Because somebody took a bunch of bicycle locks and like tied them all together and then put a lock on that. And then it cuts to him. He's like, "Well, this is a such and such lock, and you don't actually need a key, and you don't need a tool to cut it open. All you need is the exact same lock." And he takes the lock and just smacks the lock on the other lock, and it just pops straight open. And it's so cool to see people know the intricacies of these locks so intimately that you know where to hit them, with what to hit them to pop the springs. Not the springs, the tumblers. Technically a spring, but, you know. That you
Tomato,
can
tomato.
that you can make a whole lot of money being able to unlock people's cars for them. A private business will make you a lot of money in that regard, just like plumbing.
I remember hearing this one story, speaking of locksmithing, this one story of this guy who got locked out of his car. And, well, he had to go call up the locksmith. And the nearest one was like an hour away. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. And the guy was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. It'll cost you like $200 to go do this. I'm like, okay. So the locksmith gets all the way out here, right? And he starts getting out his tools and such, and he starts like, okay, so what's the problem? And the guy with the car goes, okay, so, well, the issue is that I can't get into my car because the battery on my electric like unlock thing is out. The battery's dead. So locksmith just like, he just stared at it. He stared at the ground for a sec. He grabbed the key, used the manual key to unlock the door, and opened it right then and there.
Hey,
God, I would hate to meet
That'll do
somebody
it.
that stupid.
Locksmith didn't charge him anything because he thought it was such a great story.
I would have charged him $50
Cute.
for my time, honestly.
Ark, you would be the person making that mistake.
I would never make that fucking mistake. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever
You
done
are-
anything remotely that close to that dumb.
You are the key master.
Well, no, I've never even locked myself out of my car. Because, like, I have this habit where I always clip my keys to my, my keys are always clipped to my belt loop before I go out of the, like, get out of the car. So I've never locked myself out.
Hmm.
I'm just picturing you with one of those chain wallets.
Oh god, no,
Gives me life.
I don't have one of those. You silly? I have a Super Mario wallet. No, wait, no, wait. I don't have the Super Mario wallet anymore. I have a zombie wallet now.
Oh,
It was a
honey.
gift. It was a gift from my sister
Get a
for
leather
Christmas.
wallet.
A
Get
couple.
And
get a
she
proper
knows you
wallet.
so well.
It was a gift from my sister a couple years back. Oh yeah, Chase has a chain wallet.
I'm gonna mock you for it. I will. I'm gonna mock you for it.
But-
Please get a leather wallet. Don't get fabric. It's so unpleasant to the touch when I'm robbing you.
Whoa.
How do you feel about Ridge wallets as a pickpocket?
I would love a Ridge wallet personally.
Seems like you would get caught on things.
You're gonna have to tell me what these look like because all I'm picturing is a ridge dick.
A Ridge wallet is a thin metal it's a metal wallet that you can fit your cards and your money and your ID and everything in, and it has RFID protection, etc. But it's really cool and really sleek looking. Here, hold on, I'll get you. I'll show you.
And it's the sponsor of today's stream.
They actually do sponsor a
I
lot of
wish.
people, oddly enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know Anthony Fantano peddles Ridge wallets like no one's business.
I mean, I would too. They're fucking cool. Like, they wouldn't even have to sponsor me. I'd fucking talk about them all I wanted, because, like, if I had one. Alright, I'm putting it in the live on air.
Alright, you do that. I'm just gonna blow over my.
So that's the Ridge wallet and their new thing, which is, like, basically the same thing for keys. It's really fucking cool.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Alrighty.
Get me something too.
You may have one cranberry juice.
I'll take it.
Unsweetened.
Ugh.
I said I'll take it.
Mine now.
I like cranberry juice a lot. Like, I can drink it sweetened or unsweetened. I enjoy it. The flavor of cranberry.
You are a lover of bad things.
Sometimes. I like candy
Um,
corn.
How dare you insult Chase like this?
I said sometimes. And Chase is bad.
Now
boy.
hold on.
Chase is a bad boy.
He's bad like Michael Jackson.
Bad comparison.
You know he's bad. He's bad. He's really, really bad.
It used to be a thing that people said, I'm bad like Michael Jackson.
People stop saying that. Why do you think they stopped saying that?
Chase said he is bad to the bone. Bad. Bad.
Anytime I see a skull in anything, I hear the bad to the bone riff in my head. I'm broken.
What was that song that played in that one movie about the gorilla?
Clint Eastwood?
No. But it was like Mighty Joe Young, I think was the movie. But they kept playing a song throughout the entire fucking movie. I can't remember what it was. Was it Bad to the Bone? I don't think so. It wasn't Highway
What I
to
want to
Hell.
know is how they trained all those monkeys in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
So much animal abuse.
God, it's like it was produced by Disney or something.
Haha. Lemmings don't launch themselves off cliffs,
They
by the
absolutely
way.
not. They absolutely do not. They were ushered off because the people who were directing that part of the film could not get content.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
An old movie
you
that
ever-
Disney made.
Have you never heard that before? The whole thing about, like, how lemmings will apparently throw themselves off cliffs because of any number of reasons?
No.
No? You never heard... At the very least, I'm sure you've heard lemmings being referred to as, like, as something that blindly follows orders. As a
Quote,
figure
you
of
wouldn't jump
speech.
off a cliff
No.
like a lemming, would you? Told you
Okay.
to.
No.
That's
Really?
Alright,
actually
Wow.
really surprising. They haven't heard that.
Born to
I'm
be
half
Wild.
expecting it to be a
These
bit.
sound like really oddly specific things to say to a person.
I'm an idiot. The movie was called Born to Be Wild, and the song that played throughout almost the entirety of the movie was Born to Be Wild. I'm an
Oh
idiot.
god, that would drive me up the fucking wall.
Sounds about right.
Born to be wild.
It's a good movie ish. I mean, it was an old '90s movie.
I'm back.
Welcome back. It came out in 1995. Oh,
Ooh.
it was also apparently, was it produced by Disney? No, it was Warner Bros. Okay. Ooh, thank God.
By the
mean,
way,
No monkeys were harmed in the filming of that movie.
By the way, Ark.
Hi.
So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Circling back to that locksmith thing. Trade schools are one option, but also if you might want to also consider an apprenticeship if you're ever thinking about something like that.
Yeah, yeah, an apprenticeship would also work in learning how to do that stuff, but if you want to start a business, a personal business or otherwise, you look better to any lenders or any banks, etc., to be able to jumpstart a business if you have a degree of some sort or you've gone to trade school. An apprenticeship, or it works to learn how to do it, but if you want to actually use it as a business, it's better financially and for the future to complete trade school.
Come to Australia. We love our trade schools here.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about America, but Americans just don't like trade schools.
Which is stupid
Real
because
shame.
the
That's so
people who go to trade school are usually like, the quote unquote blue collar jobs and whatnot. Blue collar, not blue collar. Is it?
Yeah, blue collar.
Like plumbers, blue collar, or I'm sorry, plumbers and locksmiths, woodcutters, carpenters, that kind of thing. They end up making
Electricians.
electricians. They
Welding.
make so much fucking money. It's not even funny. Hell, you get like like a $5 to $10 raise in your factory if you work at a factory just for knowing how to drive a forklift properly. So it's these people that make the most money. Sure, a doctor gets a salary, but you know that's a salary.
Forklift drivers pull the hose.
It's true though.
You know who owns
Got
the
too
most
late,
amount of money in
Sonic.
Australia?
Who?
Okay, so have you ever seen a lollipop lady?
No.
So basically, those people that stand around holding the stop or go signs at schools, they earn a fair bit of money. But the people who are on road construction jobs, who have to hold the stop and go sign, they earn something like $90 an hour.
Wow.
All you need to do to get that is about like a 2-month course at that. The amount of money you earn for that thing is fucking insane. And it is like so easy to get into. But you are standing there for like fucking hours on end. And that, my dear children, is the joy of having good unions.
America
Ah.
hates unions.
Good old neoliberalism.
We don't like getting political on the show, except for when we do. We actually love it then.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call unions really all that political if you look at it from a business standpoint. Fair work and fair
They've been
trade. and-
That's not what I
politicized.
meant. I'm referring to Ellie being based, is all.
Oh, okay. I mean, Ellie's being Ellie.
Yeah. I try to keep it as like little things here and there without like getting into it. At least in this. I try to. I don't know if I'm too great at it.
But yeah. I mean, factory work isn't that bad. It like you'll make
Fucking atrocious.
Depends.
Depends.
it can be rough. Like I have a permanent leg injury, because of
It's not so
working-
bad. I'm just,
it-
permanently disfigured because of this job.
Well,
Ark, I can literally hear you gearing up to be wrong.
No, it's not like that. I've had factory jobs that I literally just stand there pushing things down a line. That's all I did. I didn't do anything spectacular. I just sat there, pushed things down a line. And I did that for 8 to 10 hours straight every day. But that 8 to 10 hours straight every day usually led into overtime. Usually I'd work about 50 hours a week, so that's 10 hours overtime. And I was making $11 an hour because I was a temp. But I was making $11 an hour for literally just standing there and making sure that the line didn't stop. That's all I did.
That's
So-
fucking atrocious.
It's boring, it's soul sucking, but at the same
11
time, I don't do anything.
Better than dealing with customer
$11.
service.
No, I used to work in a factory, and you know what we got per hour? We got $25 to $30, and that's before overtime.
Yeah, we didn't.
You got screwed over, my dude. You should
That's-
not be defending that system.
That no, I know I was screwed like financially. It's because I was a temp. I was a
That's
temp and they
still being screwed.
refused. Like they weren't gonna hire me on because they were a bunch of pieces of shit. But no, I mean you were making money for doing next to nothing. I ended up getting a different job at the same factory, the next year, which is actually the job that caused my lungs to collapse. But that one was a lot harder, but I also made $18 an hour.
That's fucking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Genuinely.
This is
Yeah,
why you
I
need to get
understood
forklift
here.
certified. If I were forklift certified, you'd make a lot more.
So true.
Nope. You got. Man, that is like. That's the sort of thing that'll be in front page fucking newspapers down here of like, this is so fucked.
That's how a lot of work is for, Americans.
Yeah.
That's some good freedom.
7 minutes, by the way.
Yes, we
Or
do
I guess 10
have.
if you include the starting time. You'd
Well,
say
we,
10 minutes, I guess.
We're at an hour and 44 minutes now.
Oh, okay.
Um,
we started a little earlier than that. My bad.
no, we started a little bit late because I was late showing up, and I apologize for that.
You're okay. Alright. I think that will do in that one's regard. There we go. Big monster tongue for Regal. Let me just check that. There we go. Now I can actually see the chat again. I had to look away for a good long while.
Let's see. I will say that like my one of my lowest paying jobs was like $8 an hour. I worked at a gas station. It was like my first time, but $8 an hour, while it sounds extremely low, which it was, I also had a lot of perks because our manager was like awesome. One, free food, free drink, pretty much all day. So I could get like hot dogs or sausages, soda, coffee, anytime I wanted. That was okay.
Not the worst.
Like, for a while, we were getting these things. Everybody called them tornadoes because that's what they were labeled. They were labeled as like tornadoes. Basically, they were just like little taquito things, but they had like cheese and pepperoni in them, and they were so good. I could eat myself sick on those. They were just fucking delicious.
Tornadoes.
When was this? It was, God, when did I live in Virginia? 5, 6 years ago?
Virginia still lives on in you.
It really does.
How long did you live in Virginia for?
3 years. No, 4 years.
So, because I used to live in Maryland, so you would have been there long after I'd left.
I lived in Marion, Virginia. Really cool little town. It's a bit backwoods. Everybody's a bit of a hick, but like, so it was in that town that I learned a word. It was a hellfire. I say learned a word, but I mean learned it in this context because one of the guys that I worked with didn't know my name, so he would just call me the bundler because that was my job. So he would yell bundler. So whenever I was like either taking a break or something because I had to wait literally like 20, 30 minutes for the machines to spit out enough for me to package, he would go, "Hellfire, bundler, what is taking you so long?" I mean, with that thick accent, like, "Hellfire, bundler, what is taking you so long? You taking another break? You know you could pick up a broom." It's like I already swept the place. "A hellfire." So that's what it was like. That's what it was like there. It's also the place that I thought was Silent Hill.
You can just hear the banjos.
No, my first day there, I've told this story to some of you before. My first day there, like we were driving in, it was early morning, it was like 7 or 8 a.m. when we finally got back, and it was really foggy. We stopped at Walmart because we needed to pick me up some stuff. I needed like a toothbrush and toothpaste and everything because I didn't have that. And it was foggy, and the girl that I was with, like I wasn't with, but I was with a girl and Adam. She made the joke, "Welcome to Silent Hill." We walk inside the fucking Walmart, and there's a missing poster on the wall, and it said Alyssa Gillespie. Alyssa Gillespie. I am not kidding. The girl's name was Alyssa Gillespie. Very, very close to Alyssa Gillespie from the Silent Hill series.
Wonder if someone was playing a prank.
No, so the Gillespie family was actually very prominent throughout that part of Virginia because they was a very prosperous family. They owned a lot of stuff, and there was a young woman named Alyssa who had gone missing like a couple years prior. But it was like telling. I was like, okay, this is weird. And I have had to prove that Alyssa Gillespie actually, like, that was a real thing. I don't remember who it was that asked me that I had to go and find the actual one, the missing poster.
I feel like we've learned something today. Ugh, big gray line. Ah.
Man.
Somehow I've zoomed into the actual fucking application and not the paper. Let me zoom out. Nope, I'm weirdly zoomed in, so I don't think I can draw anything else in this stage.
How very odd.
It's like weirdly. Ugh. I can see the page, but I can't see any of my tools. So I can. Oh.
What the fuck is
Well,
a
that's about all the
predatory
hard I can do.
cephalopod?
Hot.
Like an octopus?
I don't know very many predatory cephalopods that would be a threat to a lot of us.
There is this one. You might not have heard of it. They go by Crawdaddy.
Shut the fuck up.
Took you a while.
I thought that they were crustaceans.
Yeah.
So a cephalopod is like squids and octopi, right? Not very
Vague
many
shrug.
of them are like not very many squids and octopi are big enough to be a threat. In fact, a lot of them are a lot smaller than you think.
Well,
Yeah, but
says
there's
sweating in
one
fear.
big one.
isn't there that
That's
one
coming for you.
hang on, isn't there that one squid thing from Australia that's like super poisonous?
Yeah, it's called jellyfish.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the blue-ringed octopus.
That's
They're
what it
actually
is,
right
thank
near
you.
where I live. Yeah,
Oh, fun.
Can you
they're
poke
cute
them?
little fellas. I've seen pictures of people
Once.
picking them up,
Why would you do that?
like videos of people holding it. Like, look at this cute thing I found on holiday.
Wonder what it is.
So-
Yeah,
There's a
Look,
very
there's a
I
hospital
can't feel my
nearby.
left arm.
that's funny. There's
It
there's
is a
this
little.
there's this one cephalopod that I love to
You
death,
did it.
and it is a very real creature, and it is called the Adorabilis octopus.
I love it already.
It is very, very, very tiny, and it is like the cutest thing in the ocean. It is called the Adorabilis because of how adorable it is. Give me a second, I'll find it.
Jesus Christ, that rich wallet is an abomination.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Nah.
This is the Adorabilis. It's in Live on Air.
Oh, the Dumbo octopus.
Oh.
It is literally called Adorabilis.
It's called the
That
Dumbo
thing.
octopus. I love them. They are so tiny.
Just want to pick it
Have a
up.
look.
The Apostatuthus
Oh, that thing.
californiana, also known as the flapjack octopus or Adorabilis, is a species of umbrella octopus.
I thought those things were Dumbo octopus.
No, they look like little gummies, and they are adorable.
Huh.
The flapjack
Umbrella.
octopus usually appear pinkish, which is why it's the color that it is. They have fins above their eyes, similar to those found on some species of squid. Their maximum size is 20 centimeters.
Yeah, see, this octopus, this little flapjack octopus, I know it's meant to be cute, but all I kind of want to do is just like grab it in my hand and like throw it like a ball.
It'd probably like squish
Why would
and
you do
splat
that?
across the wall like one of those sticky hands.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, obviously. All life is sacred and beautiful, so on and so forth.
Oh, here's the Adorabilis like actually swimming, and this is like really cool. It is so fucking cute. Look at him swimming.
Me when I hover.
Jesus, plastic claps. It looks like
This one's better.
it looks like Zoidberg the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Philly, please don't threaten Ark of Good Time.
Sorry, you're not scared of being put on a boat and suddenly a giant tentacle grabs you and pulls you under. Oh no, I'd fucking die. I'm not into
I mean, yeah.
tentacles. Let alone squid tentacles, which have little hooks in them. So a giant squid grabbing you would be like getting punctured by 7-inch razor blades.
Oh, like those whales that people thought a leviathan was eating.
Mm-hmm.
Fun?
You know,
no, I've said that story before. Never mind.
You know, octopi, their thing is that they actually have not like olfactory sensors, but also like tasting
Bad
nerves
credit.
on their tasting nerves on their little sucker things, so you can actually taste what they're touching. Kinda cool.
You want to know something really funny that a lot of people missed about the movie Finding Nemo? So, you know that little squid or octopus girl that was in the class? Well, it wasn't a girl because it mentioned it had a tentacle that was actually, what they say, shorter or longer. It was either way. It was a different size than all the other. It was longer than all the other tentacles. The reason that they had a tentacle that was longer is because that was the penis. That was the tentacle of which was used to mate.
That's a great story arc.
Next time, keep it to yourself.
No, I had to ruin your childhood.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
What did you guys think about Finding Dory?
Never seen it.
Like I watched it, but it just didn't have the same to it, you know? I mean, it didn't make me want to drive an entire species to damn near extinction like Finding Nemo did.
And what species was that?
Finding Nemo almost caused the actual extinction of the clownfish because so many people were going out fishing for and hunting the clownfish.
Ah, good foresight. Good foresight, Disney.
It was Pixar.
I don't think they can be held accountable for that, unfortunately.
It was Pixar. I think Finding Nemo is a Pixar film, isn't it?
Shut up.
It is.
Shut your little mouth. I guess that was before Disney acquired Pixar. Was it?
Maybe.
So, how are we looking on that go over?
Is everybody ready? Everybody done?
I don't think I'm gonna get finished with this in time, so sure.
All right.
I'm mostly finished.
Okay, let's start going through. We have plastic up here in the top left corner. We've got I assume that this is Seb's character plastic, the one on the far left.
Yep.
It's very
It's
pretty.
adorable.
Yes. And then we got Dancing Pupper. Who's this?
This is a character in a show I'm developing actually.
Ooh. I like the design. I like the movement as well. The dance. You can tell that she's dancing.
Hair over eyes is just an S plus fucking design.
It really is. And then you have reindeer plastic. Does your goo have a name, or is it just plastic?
Plasma.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
okay. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, but
Love it.
Is it spelled like asthma with PL in front of it?
I'm just looking at this and thinking that it's like plastic bought about 40 liters of strawberry yogurt and just went nose first. And honestly, I gotta say, that is living the dream.
it's true. There was
Rad.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. So in VR chat way back in the day, like 2 years ago or so, there was a world that a lot of people spent a lot of time in. It was called Rubber Dragon.
I don't like this.
You could
I'm
dip
not sure where
yourself.
this is going.
You could dip yourself in this liquid substance that was in the world, and it would coat you in black latex temporarily.
Why
Anyway,
does that sound familiar?
Like this.
over here we got Minty. We've got what in the fuck is that?
What?
What am I looking at, Minty?
Regal's OC?
That's what I thought I was looking at. That is terrifying.
Fair. Fair.
And here we have Soft in his birthday suit. Or
That's
I'm sorry,
not Soft.
Merlin in his birthday suit. For
How'd you
Soft's
forget it?
birthday. For Soft's birthday.
Thank you very much, Minty.
Not a problem. I had to keep it safe for work.
Then we got some
You did your best in
some-
that endeavor.
some very violent and riveting foreplay between Cherry Bomb and
Easy.
That was a good attempt.
No, I was choking out his name.
It's just how they get in the mood.
Voice.
I don't do Izzy's voice.
I or just attempted murder. I guess take your pick.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. This looks like foreplay. She didn't go for anything vital. She just went for a kidney.
Fair.
And then down here we got Psycho, who drew Millie, who is in fact Chase's wife. And also Cherry juggling some bombs, saying Wilden.
I just wrote that, but the cherry one is fucking the best.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That one is very nice. The flow, it's very nice. It makes me happy. I like the little face bend. I think that's favorite. Second favorite is the slimy rain dog.
I think the Slimy Rain Dog's my favorite.
Fair.
But everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. We do hope that you enjoyed the art. It is all fucking gorgeous. Can you guys believe how talented these individuals are? That's not me pushing that in and then leaving it. I think you guys are fucking insanely talented. But
Thank you.
it's time for us to call it. We will see you all Wednesday. Yeah. Goodbye. Say goodnight, Soft and Ellie.
Good night, Soft and Ellie.
I don't know how to do these.
I love you.